When you think of Africa's wealthiest, your mind probably jumps to oil tycoons and diamond magnates. And you wouldn't be wrong. But what if I told you the richest person in one African nation built their multi-million-dollar fortune from mattresses, and in another from flour? This isn't just a list of names and numbers. This is a story of incredible ambition, some really surprising industries, and the shifting landscape of wealth across an entire continent. In this video, we're going on a journey across all 54 African countries to uncover the wealthiest individual in each one. From globally recognized billionaires whose fortunes shape international markets to the quiet millionaires you've never heard of, we'll find out who they are and the surprising ways they made their money. You won't believe the diverse industries behind their empires. Let's start our journey in North Africa. Our journey begins on the shores of the Mediterranean, in a region where ancient history meets modern commerce. North Africa is home to some of the continent's most established fortunes, built on foundations of industry, banking, and global trade. We start in Egypt, a nation of over 100 million people and a hub of economic power. Here, the title of the wealthiest individual belongs to Nasser Soares. With a staggering net worth that hovers around $9.4 billion, his wealth is a testament to savvy global investment. The youngest son of a construction magnate, Nassif didn't just inherit a business, he transformed it. While he expanded the family's construction company, his biggest wins are in chemicals and investments. He runs OCI, one of the world's largest nitrogen fertilizer producers, and holds a nearly 6% stake in the sportswear titan Adidas. And he also co-owns the English Premier League club, Aston Villa. His story is one of taking a national firm and turning it into a global powerhouse. Next, we journey west to Algeria, the largest country in Africa by land area. Its richest person is Issad Rebrab, an industrial titan with a net worth of about $2.5 billion. Rebrab is the founder of Cevital, Algeria's largest privately held company. His story began not with oil or gas, the nation's main exports, but with food. Cevital is one of the world's largest sugar refiners and has since expanded into steel and home appliances. Rebrab's empire is a masterclass in diversification, creating a conglomerate that touches nearly every part of Algerian life. Continuing along the coast, we arrive in the Kingdom of Morocco. For years, the king's wealth was paramount, but in the world of private business, it's a tight race. First, you have Aziz Akanach, the current prime minister, with a fortune of around $1.5 billion. His wealth comes from Aqua Group, a conglomerate with deep roots in oil and gas, but also media and real estate. Then there's Othman Benjalaun, a name synonymous with Moroccan banking. His $1.6 billion fortune is built on Finanscom, a group that's a dominant force in banking, insurance, and telecom. Our next stop is Tunisia. Here, pinpointing a single richest person is tricky. Wealth is often spread across powerful families. The Mabrouk Group, now managed by Ismail Mabrouk and his brothers, is a dynasty woven into Tunisian life. They have major stakes in retail, automotive, and banking. But other powerful families, like the Benaid and Eloumi clans, also hold immense, diversified fortunes. It's less a story of one king, and more a court of powerful nobles. We now turn to Libya, a nation whose immense oil wealth has been overshadowed by years of instability. Figuring out who is the richest is incredibly complex. After 2011, the estimated $200 billion fortune of the former Gaddafi regime, siphoned from oil reserves, became fragmented. In the new era, wealth is often opaque and tied to political power. Figures like Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Baib are reported to be immensely wealthy through family construction firms that handled huge government contracts. At the same time, entrepreneurs like Hashim Hasnibi, founder of the HB Group, show a path to private wealth in banking and retail, even in a chaotic environment. Finally, in this region, we look at Sudan. Decades of conflict and economic sanctions have made tracking private wealth a nearly impossible task. The economy has long been dominated by state and military-controlled businesses. While there are undoubtedly wealthy families, especially those tied to the gold trade, there is no publicly documented individual who consistently ranks as the nation's wealthiest. The money is hidden and deeply intertwined with the complex political structure. Let's head down to West Africa, a region of immense diversity, from economic powerhouses to small, developing nations. This is home to the richest person on the continent, but also a place where fortunes are being made in everything from telecom to cement. Our first stop is, of course, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. It's home to the continent's wealthiest man, Aliko Dangote. With a net worth that has rocketed to nearly $24 billion, Dangote's fortune is larger than the GDP of many countries. His story is one of pure industrial ambition. He started with a small trading firm in 1977. Today, the Dangote Group is a colossus. He's the biggest cement producer in sub-Saharan Africa. He dominates sugar and salt. But his crown jewel is the recently launched Dangote Refinery, one of the world's largest, set to completely reshape Nigeria's economy and add billions more to his fortune. But Nigeria is no one-man show. Mike Adenuga, worth over $6 billion, is a giant in telecom and oil with his company Globacom. Then there is Abdulsamad Rabiu, whose Bua Group, built on cement, sugar, and real estate, puts his net worth at around $5 billion. Next, we travel to Ghana, a nation known for its stable democracy and rich resources. The title of Ghana's richest person is often given to Ernesto Tarracone, an Italian-Ghanaian industrialist with an estimated net worth of $1.5 billion. His Trazaka Group is a real estate and construction empire that has literally built modern Ghana. He's followed closely by Sir Sam Jonah, a legend in the mining industry, worth around $1.2 billion. As the former CEO of Ashanti Goldfields, he took a local mining company and listed it on the New York Stock Exchange, a first for an African corporation. From these giants, we move to their neighbor, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, the world's top cocoa producer. The wealthiest individual here is often cited as Jane Kaku Daegu. He's a pioneer in the West African banking and insurance industry. He founded NSIA Group, which started insurance and expanded into banking across a dozen countries. His story is about building the financial architecture for a growing region. Let's journey to Senegal. The nation's wealthiest man is considered to be Yaram Sow. He built his fortune with his Tedium Group, starting in telecom before expertly pivoting to real estate and hotels, developing luxury properties across West Africa. Sow's career is a modern blueprint for wealth. Build a successful company, sell it, and then diversify those profits into long-term assets. Next up is Benin, where Patrice Talon, the country's president, is also its richest person, with a net worth around $400 million. Before taking office, Talon built an empire dominating the cotton industry, controlling everything from supplies to farmers to the final ginning process. In neighboring Togo, the richest individual is Gervais Kofi Jondo. He's a true pioneer of Pan-African business, co-founding two groundbreaking companies, Ecobank and ASKY Airlines. His vision was to create African-owned institutions that could compete globally. He helped build a bank that operates in nearly 40 countries and an airline that connects the continent. We now visit Burkina Faso. Its wealthiest person is believed to be Idrissa Nasser, the founder of Chorus Bank International. He grew a small financial institution into a major banking group with operations in several West African countries, a remarkable feat in a challenging economic environment. In Guinea, the title of wealthiest person is held by Diallo Sadakaji, a classic merchant prince. His fortune was built over decades through a diverse portfolio of businesses, including shopping centers, real estate, and distribution. He understood the local market and built a consumer-facing empire to serve it. Next, we fly to the island nation of Cape Verde. There are no billionaires here. The richest individuals are entrepreneurs who have invested heavily in the hotel and resort industry, capitalizing on the island's stunning beauty. In the Gambia, the smallest country on mainland Africa, the richest man is Mohammed Jah. He founded Q Group, a conglomerate that started with the country's first major internet service provider. He expanded into mobile telecom with Kcell, and then into media. A perfect example of dominating a small market by building its modern infrastructure. In Guinea-Bissau, political instability makes wealth difficult to track. The economy relies on cashew nuts, and the wealthiest individuals are believed to be the major exporters who control the supply chain from the farm to international markets. Now to Liberia. Its wealthiest man is reported to be Benoni Ure. He founded Lonestar Cell-Min, the country's largest telecom company during Liberia's reconstruction. He also has extensive holdings in real estate and agriculture, showing how vital communications have been in post-conflict economies. In Mali, another country facing security challenges, wealth is concentrated in trade and transport. The richest individual is often cited as Seydou Nantoum, founder of the Taguna Agro Industries Group. His empire is built on cotton, but has expanded into other agricultural ventures, making him a central figure in the nation's most important economic sector. Our journey takes us to Mauritania. The country's richest man is often said to be Mohamed Ould Bouamoutou. He founded the country's first private bank and its first mobile operator. His BSA group is a modernizing force in the Mauritanian economy. Next is Niger, one of the world's least developed countries. Its economy revolves around agriculture and uranium. The wealthiest individuals are typically tycoons like Issoufou Sidikou, who have built fortunes in commerce, transport, and logistics, controlling the arteries through which the country's economy flows. In Sierra Leone, a nation famous for diamonds, the wealthiest individual is a matter of debate. For years, diamond traders like Hisham Maki were at the top. However, some now point to the Ghanaian magnate Sir Sam Jonah, who has major investments in the country. This shows a shift from wealth tied to a single commodity to more diversified, international investment. We're about halfway through our journey, and we've already seen fortunes made from cement, banking, telecom, and sugar. What's the most surprising industry you've heard so far? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's continue our exploration as we head into Central Africa. We now venture into the heart of the continent, a region of vast rainforests and immense mineral wealth. Here, fortunes are often tied directly to natural resources and the political structures that govern them. Our first stop is the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. This country has staggering resource potential, but also immense turmoil. Pinpointing the single richest person is notoriously difficult. While a prominent businessman and politician, Moose Katumbi, is often mentioned, his verifiable wealth is much lower than many assume, estimated at around $13.4 million. He made his initial fortune in mining logistics. The reality is that the greatest wealth in the DRC is likely hidden, tied to opaque deals in the country's vast mining sector, involving political elites and international players. There is no clearly documented consensus billionaire in the DRC today. Next, we visit the Republic of the Congo. The nation's wealth is dominated by oil, and for decades, President Denis Sassou Nguesso and his inner circle have controlled the economic levers, with his personal fortune estimated in the billions. In the private sector, Claude Wilfred Itoka stands out. He's an oil trader whose company, Al-Amoudi Oil, has reportedly made him a billionaire, one of the few to reach that status through private enterprise alone. We move on to Cameroon. The wealthiest individual here is Babadam Polo, a reclusive tycoon whose net worth is estimated to be close to $1 billion. His empire is vast. He's a major shareholder in Mattresses Cameroon and has extensive real estate holdings. But the foundation of his wealth is agriculture. He owns huge tea plantations and is one of the country's largest cattle ranchers. Our journey takes us to Gabon, another oil-rich nation. For over 50 years, the ruling Bongo family amassed a colossal fortune. In the private sector, a key figure is Christian Karangal, founder of the Sika Gates Group. His company dominates the retail and wholesale sectors, controlling supermarkets and a vast supply chain network, proving there's a fortune to be made in controlling the flow of goods. In Equatorial Guinea, Africa's only Spanish-speaking country, unimaginable oil wealth is concentrated in the hands of the ruling family of President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo. His son and vice president, Teodoro Nguema Obiang Mang, is infamous for a lavish lifestyle funded by the state, with his family's total wealth estimated to be in the billions. Next is the Central African Republic. Plagued by conflict, its formal economy is tiny. It's rich in diamonds and gold, but tracking wealth is nearly impossible. The richest individuals are believed to be those who control parts of the informal mining and smuggling trade, often with ties to armed groups. There are no publicly listed millionaires. We now head to Chad. The discovery of oil transformed the economy, but that wealth has been tightly controlled by the ruling elite, particularly the family of the late President Idriss Déby. While there are prominent business figures in commerce, their fortunes are modest compared to the politically connected. Finally, the small island nation of São Tomé and Príncipe. This former Portuguese colony's economy is based on cocoa and the hope of offshore oil. There are no billionaires here. The wealthiest individuals are landowners, cocoa exporters, and those involved in the growing tourism industry. Our expedition now takes us to East Africa, a region of breathtaking landscapes, rapid economic growth, and tech innovation. It's home to some of the continent's most dynamic entrepreneurs. We begin in Kenya, the economic powerhouse of East Africa. Unlike other countries, Kenya's wealth is spread across a number of ultra-wealthy families, many with deep political roots like the Kenyatta and Moi families. In the private sector, the family of the late Narshad Merali, a master dealmaker, and the family of Bingji Dipar Shah, founder of the consumer goods giant Bidco Africa, are considered among the wealthiest, with fortunes in the hundreds of millions. Next, Tanzania, home to East Africa's only official billionaire, Mohamed Dewji. With a net worth of around $1.8 billion, Mo Dewji is the CEO of Metal Group, a massive conglomerate founded by his father. He expanded it into textiles, beverages, and edible oils across 10 African countries. He's also a signatory of the Giving Pledge, committed to donating at least half of his fortune. We travel north to Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country. Its richest man is Mohammed Al-Amoudi, an Ethiopian Saudi billionaire. His net worth has fluctuated, but recent estimates place it around $7.4 billion. He made his initial fortune in construction in Saudi Arabia before making massive investments in Ethiopia and Sweden, in everything from gold mines to hotels. Our next stop is Uganda. For a long time, Sudlya Rupariya was known as the country's wealthiest man. His story is incredible. His family was expelled by Idi Amin, and he returned with just $25,000 to build a massive real estate and hospitality empire. While he remains one of Uganda's richest, his net worth is now estimated to be below the billionaire mark. We now head to Rwanda, a country that has undergone a remarkable transformation. Pinpointing the single wealthiest individual is complex. President Paul Kagame's fortune is estimated by some to be over $500 million, largely through the ruling party's holding company, Crystal Ventures. In the private sector, prominent figures include Trebet Rujugiro Ayabatwa, founder of the Pan-African Tobacco Group, and real estate mogul Hatari Sikoko. In the small nation of Burundi, which has faced major economic challenges, there are no documented billionaires. Wealth is concentrated in agriculture, especially coffee and tea. Prominent figures like Diogide Rurima and Adrien Tigasika, founder of the country's largest fertilizer plant, have built their fortunes on these key agricultural commodities. Next, we visit Djibouti, strategically located on a vital shipping lane. Its economy is all about its port. The country's wealthiest individual is Abdourahmane Boer, a businessman who was instrumental in developing the modern port facilities that are the lifeblood of the nation. In the Horn of Africa, we arrive in Somalia. Decades of conflict shattered the formal economy, but a resilient private sector emerged. The richest person is widely considered to be Abdurrashid Duale, the CEO of Dahabshil, one of Africa's largest money transfer companies. With a net worth approaching $1 billion, he oversees a financial network that is the lifeline for the Somali economy, handling billions in remittances every year. We now turn to South Sudan, the world's youngest nation. It has significant oil reserves, but this wealth is controlled by a small political and military elite. There are no public records of private wealth, and the richest individuals are believed to be high-ranking officials benefiting from oil revenues. In Eritrea, the economy is one of the most closed in the world, controlled almost entirely by the state. There are no publicly known millionaires or billionaires. Our journey continues to the island nations of the Indian Ocean. First, Madagascar. The title of the richest person is held by Iyas Akbarali, with a fortune estimated around $800 million. He transformed his family's small trading business into the Cipromat Group, a multinational powerhouse with interests in everything from manufacturing to technology. He's challenged by Hassanin Hiriji of the Action Group, another major Pan-African force. In Mauritius, wealth is distributed among several powerful families who have dominated the sugar, textile, and tourism industries for generations. The Lejes, Delays, and Karamji families are among the wealthiest, each controlling fortunes worth hundreds of millions. Next, Comoros. The economy is based on agricultural products like vanilla and cloves. The wealthiest individuals are the major exporters of these commodities. There are no billionaires here. Finally, we visit the Seychelles. With a high-income economy based on luxury tourism and fishing, wealth is more evenly distributed. The richest individuals own major hotel chains and large fishing operations, prospering from the island's exclusive tourism market. Our final destination is Southern Africa, a region of incredible contrasts, from the continent's most industrialized economy to small, landlocked kingdoms. We begin in the regional superpower, South Africa. It's home to the second highest number of billionaires on the continent. The richest man is Johann Rupert, with a net worth of around $14 billion. He is the chairman of Richemont, the Swiss luxury goods giant that owns brands like Cartier and Montblanc. Following him is Nicky Oppenheimer, the heir to the De Beers diamond fortune, with a net worth over $10 billion. His family controlled the global diamond market for nearly a century. South Africa is also home to Patrice Motsepe, the country's first black billionaire, and Koos Bekker, the tech visionary behind the global internet giant Naspers. Moving north, we arrive in Zimbabwe. In a country that has faced severe economic crises, one man stands out: Strive Masiyiwa. He is the country's only documented billionaire, with a net worth of $1.2 billion according to Forbes. His fortune was impacted by currency changes in Zimbabwe. Masiyiwa is the founder of telecom giant Econet Global. His journey was a battle, fighting the government in court for a license to operate. Today, his investments span fiber optics, mobile money, and data centers. Next is Botswana, one of Africa's great success stories. Its richest individual is Abdul Seta Dada, a self-made tycoon whose AIDC corporation has interests in motor vehicle dealerships, property, and telecommunications. He prospered right alongside his nation. We now visit the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland. It's home to a surprising billionaire, Nathan "Natty" Kirsch, whose net worth is a massive $7.7 billion. While he holds Eswatini citizenship, his business empire is global. His masterstroke was creating Jetro Holdings, a wholesale business that supplies grocery stores across the United States. In the mountainous kingdom of Lesotho, there are no billionaires. The wealthiest individuals have stakes in diamond mining and own large retail and property holdings in the capital, Maseru. Next is Namibia. Its wealthiest individual is Frans Ndongo. His story is one of true grassroots entrepreneurship. He started as a bricklayer in the 1950s and built his Frans Ndongo Group into a major conglomerate with interests in retail, real estate, and agriculture. Our journey takes us to Angola, a major oil producer. For years, it was home to Africa's richest woman, Isabel dos Santos. Her fortune, once over $3 billion, was built through presidential decrees from her father. After a change in government, her assets were frozen amid corruption charges, and today, Angola has no documented billionaires. Prominent private entrepreneurs like Antonio Mosquito of Grupo Antonio Mosquito are now the key players in auto imports, logistics, and mining. In Zambia, a country rich in copper, the richest man is widely considered to be Hakainde Hichilema, who is also the current president. Before his political career, he was a highly successful businessman, building a fortune as an economist with large investments in finance, ranching, and real estate. Finally, we arrive in Mozambique. For a long time, the wealthiest individuals were those with close ties to the ruling party. In the private sector, one of the most prominent names is Salimo Abdullah, an industrialist with a diversified portfolio in telecom, energy, and logistics, representing a new class of entrepreneurs building large-scale businesses. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour across 54 nations and the richest person in each one. What's the takeaway? The classic routes to African wealth, oil, gas, and mining, are still incredibly powerful. But a new story is clearly emerging. It's a story of wealth built on serving Africa's own growing population. Billionaires are rising from telecommunications, connecting the continent. From banking, funding its growth. From consumer goods, feeding its people. And from construction, building its future. From Aliko Dangote's industrial empire in Nigeria to Mohammed Dewji's manufacturing powerhouse in Tanzania, the biggest fortunes are increasingly tied to the continent's own internal development. The quiet millionaires, making their fortunes in mattresses, flour, and fertilizer, tell the same story. The landscape of wealth in Africa is diverse, dynamic, and constantly evolving. It's a story of a continent not just of resources, but of incredible ingenuity and ambition. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the wealth. And now for the big question. Which of these individuals or their industries surprised you the most? Was it the telecom tycoon in a post-conflict nation, or the sheer global reach of a luxury goods magnate from South Africa? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.